Alright guys, we're back with another episode of Defense with Burl, and I am Handsome Burl himself from the Exiled Lords. Today, just gonna try to make small changes at a time. Last episode, we talked about why we would build around our clan castle and not our town hall, just to touch on that real quick. Basically, your clan castle troops will protect your base, and you have your base protect those clan castle troops with defense. Alright, so today I wanted to talk about limiting the options of the attacker. So when you build a base, you want to kind of think about how it would, how maybe you would attack the base and which way you would get through it and that kind of thing. So I'm going to go over a couple things real quick, and then we'll get into some a little more detail towards the end of the video. So if you're just looking for like quick tips, and like I said, we'll go more into detail, but a couple of things. Obviously, clan castle in the center. I like to offset the town hall. It limits the options of the attacker. I do centralize my king, but he favors one side of the base. You have trash buildings that cover all the way around, but they are also protected by the point defenses. And your point defenses are basically single target, your single targets, so your cannons and archer towers for the most part. Air defense, I don't consider point defense. That's strictly air. And then while we're on the topic, another just quick tip, you would try to centralize, but keep your air defense separated in different compartments, so that way the attackers can't come in and take out two air defenses easily. Another thing to consider is making staggered walls like you have on the outside here, so that way also, if you notice that there are gaps in between these defenses. Now, that's both because of where the clan castle fits, obviously, but also it will throw wall breakers off. So even if they send wall breakers in here, they may target this side instead of this compartment, for example. I do know, because there is space over here, if they drop wall breakers this way, they run like sideways to the drill. So that's the quick version of it. CC in the middle, offset your town hall. I centralize my king in a way, but I have him favor one side, and staggered walls and trash buildings all the way around, so it covers, you have no gaps. I'm going to do a separate video on traps, because I tried to make this video and include traps, and it was just like throwing too much information all at once. Along with the staggered walls, you want to make large compartments. You want to compartmentalize your base, but make it make the compartments large, so that way there's room to put traps. So if you were attacking this base and you didn't know where the traps were, you don't know if there's double giant bombs here, you don't know if there's Teslas in here, there could be bombs here, there could be Teslas over here. So when you make a base, that's another thing I wanted to say. I try to encourage not building, I don't know if I said this in the beginning, but try not to build a symmetrical base. A symmetrical base will give the attacker more options. Just a quick example, if you have a symmetrical base that's symmetrical from top to bottom, like this way, right? And let's say the town hall was right in the middle. The king is right in the middle, and there's a core, and everything is symmetrical. They have an equal amount of opportunity to attack from the left side as they do attack from the right side. Now, with favoring the king to one side and offsetting the town hall, it gives the attacker, it cuts down on the options that he has. Because chances are, you know, the attacker, I mean, would you really want to attack anywhere up here? So you don't, you know, it's like you're kind of cutting that out of an option. Just to say, like when you're attacking at Town Hall 8, a couple things, you know, one thing that you want to try to do too is, if you possibly can, take out the king. You know, if you can take out the king and the CC troops, you know how it goes when you raid, when you're farming and you're using war troops and there's nothing in the clan castle and there's no hero, you just walk right through it. So one thing, you know, like the first thing really, you know, you want to try to do, I know this should be in an attacking video, but, you know, thinking about it defensively, if the first thing you're going to do when you attack is take out the clan castle and the king, then you might want to protect the clan castle and the king as much as you can. Now, it's a little harder in Town Hall 8, you know, you don't have as many walls and structures to really work with, but when you're dropping your king down, you don't want him to be lured from the outside, from outside walls, or aggroed, not lured. So you don't want them to just be able to throw a giant up here and aggro your king to cut. You know, if his altar, I can't move that. But if this was his altar, okay, well that doesn't work, or whatever. But let's say if the elixir storage was his altar, you know, his ring is going to go outside those walls, and then he can be aggroed out with the clan castle lore. So that's what you kind of want to try to avoid. So another reason why I like to put him closer to the center in Town Hall 8. Now I do this different in Town Hall 9. I don't put either of my heroes in the center, but just for Town Hall 8 wise. Another reason I like to do that is, you know, your hero he's got some power to him. The king hits pretty hard, and he's got a lot. He's a tank. So when your clan castle troops are out, and the clan castle is empty, it's like there's nothing left for the clan castle. At least now you still have your king or your hero. Well, in Town Hall 8, it's just the king in the core to protect whatever else is in there. Now, another thing that I like to do too with base building is I add these high hit point buildings in there. It's like some people look at my base and say, Burrow, you don't need to protect your storages. No, but you do need your storages to protect your defenses. And if a king comes in there, you know, if he comes barreling through here while he's hammering in on this thing, my king and these other defenses here are going to be blasting, you know. So mainly you want your hero, the king over there, trying to hit on those high hit point buildings while he's taking damage from the defenses. So, right, where next? I lost my train of thought for a second. So we have the clan castle in the middle, obviously, Town Hall. We went over where the king goes. Large compartments, make sure you make a lot of areas where you can put bombs where they don't know if there's going to be Teslas or traps or what's going on. I know this looks like the Town Hall is kind of offset far, but like I said, it limits the option of the attackers. You know, don't make your king lurable from outside walls, and try to make your walls staggered if you can, because it'll throw wall breakers off. And honestly, unless I was going somewhere else and I forgot something, I think that's about it. Air defense, you want those separated, but in their own compartments. This one is a little easier to get to, because it's only behind one set of walls, but if you can see the other two are behind two sets of walls. So that kind of thing. Alright guys, again, that's about, I think that's about all I got for today. Let me know if you have any questions, leave them in the comments if you have questions, and I'll try to get to it on the next video. Alright guys, glory!